Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. This is Podcast in the Bathroom, and I know I'm not very consistent with the episodes, but let's go. So today's topic is more of how your marriage relationship changes when you enter motherhood, or when you have one kid or two kids or three or whatever, right? So earlier on, before I had kids, I think it was more of like a, how you're in that dating early honeymoon phase and it's fun and you can do what you want, you can go where you want, you can hang out at all hours of the night and come in at whatever time you want to. Yeah, that was the first couple of years of my marriage, which was fun because I had a love marriage. So it was like that love was continuing on and on. And it was just like we are going through a dating phase. It was fun. Except like I had a live-in roommate, which was a lot of fun. And I got to do what I wanted, when I wanted. It was a bit more freedom than obviously what I had in my mom's place. But this time I was able to do or go wherever I wanted and stuff. Yeah. But when you have kids, it's like you're back at your mom's place, but with added responsibility. And I say this as a brown girl, is that you're limited to where and how you can go. You're physically hampered because you've either just given birth or you had surgery or whatever. B, you're limited by the time constraints and the nap constraints and whether your kid is breastfeeding or not, or whether they're formula fed and if they've pooped somewhere and you're out of clothes. So, that is a huge limiting factor. But now with two kids, it's like so far I've not gone on a very nice date with my husband. It's been about almost 2.5 months and I've barely gone out with them. Even for our anniversary, we weren't able to go out. Your relationship changes in a way where you're more quiet when you go out because that's time you're recharging. And I know when I was like dating my husband or when we were younger, it was more like, oh my god, look at these old people who don't even talk when they're dating and when they're going out for dinner. But as a married person with two kids, I have now realized that you are quiet when you're married, when you're going out for dinner, because you're recharging, not because you don't like your husband or not because you don't want to talk to him. It's because those conversations you're having throughout the day, anyways, right? When you're with that person who is with you 24/7 in your bed, in your room, you're already having those conversations that you have when you date, when you go out with that person. And you use that dinner time to either recharge yourself from the kids or the work or your job or your business or whatever. B, you use it to search for shows that you're going to watch with your husband. C, you can even look through TikTok or Instagram videos to show to your husband or wife. And I feel like those are the things that you do in the relationship when you're at dinner. But before, like when we were dating, it was more of, oh, now we're hanging out, so let's put our phones down, let's talk, let's have a conversation. But and I genuinely used to think that married couples are very sad because they don't talk. But as a married person, I realized it's not that they're sad or they're alone or their love has worn away or they don't want to talk anymore or they're in an arranged marriage. It's just because they want that quiet time to recharge, and they are recharging each other in their silence. That's what these married couples, or me, that's what I'm doing at least. And I have that time to just enjoy that silence with my husband. It doesn't have to be sitting there and talking constantly, because yeah, you are talking throughout the day, you are discussing, oh, this is how my day was going, or like the second I have an inconvenience, I text my husband, or the second he enters our bedroom, I start talking about how my day went, or he will tell me about something that happened in his day or an exciting thing that happened at work or whatever, right? So it's not that you're bored of your relationship, is that you are so comfortable in your relationship that the silence is not silence, it's not awkward silence, it's rechargeable silence, it's energy giving silence. So actually these are things that are pretty nice for a relationship. You need to go out for dinner at least once a month to recharge with your husband. I know there are people who go out once a week or more times a week. You have help, great, do it with your husband, it's great. But yeah, I feel like your relationship changes in that way. And also what the kind of gifts you get for your partner, or what you do in that free time that you guys have that you're not going out for a date. Like, for example, my husband and I, we our couple time, and generally this is both of us agreeing with this, that we spend at least an hour or two every night watching a TV show or a movie together as a couple. And our interests are quite similar, so it's fun to do it together. And I feel like that for us is perfect couple time. We don't need to stand staring into each other's eyes, like that fairy tale that we were taught as kids, going like, oh my god, your partner has to constantly talk to you, or that, forget fairy tale, this is shit that they teach you on Instagram or on Pinterest, where they're like, oh my god, my husband comes home and gets me flowers and buys perfume for me and etc, etc. I mean, yeah, that's cute, your husband gets you a flower, but at the end of the day, it matters more to me that my husband is there, that while I'm battling my toddler and my newborn is sitting there screaming and crying, that my husband, the second he comes home, he'll scoop up one of the kids and do something with them that they require at that time. And for me, in that moment, that is more helpful than giving me a flower or getting me a gift or celebrating my birthday. Yes, obviously, I'm not saying those things are not important, but it's more important that that man in your life is there for you when you need it. Instead of being like, oh my god, these are girly things, I'm not going to help you clean up, or I'm not going to help you change your child's diaper. Dude, that's your kid, you helped make it, so it's not like it's not your responsibility. But I feel like brown men especially, they'll get you, they'll do the big gestures, they'll get you a flower, they'll get you a cake on your birthday, they will celebrate your anniversary, but the rest of the day and the rest of the year, they're very absent. Especially I feel like our father's generations, they were not very present during the young part of their marriage or during the difficult part of raising children. But generations nowadays, I feel like millennial fathers, they're very much present, they're in the relationship, they know when their partner needs them, right? So I feel like that has changed after having kids in the marriage. I don't know, this is something that I personally experienced. I have talked to a lot of my friends about it, and they also agree this is what they are going through as well. But if you're not going through that and something you would like to discuss about, why don't you comment below and we will talk about it. And our next topic for our next podcast is going to be about millennial dads. This is going to be like a spin-off of this episode. Anyways, thanks for watching podcast, or thanks for listening for podcast in the bathroom. See you.